Hello everyone and welcome back. I'm Blaze, and today we're diving into a story of ultimate self-respect. This is a cold, calculated breakup where one person tries to keep the other as a backup plan, only to be met with a calm, non-negotiable rejection. Imagine a long-term partner dropping the classic, devastating line, "I'm too young to be tied down. I need to explore my options. It's the ultimate sign of disrespect." But the OP didn't beg or plead. He gave her his blessing and then proceeded to build a life so incredible, it made her return a guaranteed, humiliating mistake. This is a full marathon video detailing the OP's self-improvement journey, his professional triumph in a new country, and the final, crushing moment where he refuses her desperate hoovering. This story is an absolute must-watch for anyone who's ever been dumped. If you are ready for this epic journey of self-vindication, please do me a huge favor and smash that like button and subscribe to the channel right now. Your support keeps these long videos coming. Hit that notification bell and let's get started. Let's dive right into the original post, detailing the gut punch breakup line and the OP's immediate, calm response, as posted to the No Stupid Questions subreddit. My 32 male girlfriend, Sophie 29 female, and I had been together for 4 years. We shared an apartment, had a dog, and were, in my mind, on the clear path to engagement and marriage. I was deeply committed, perhaps too much so. I saw our future in concrete terms: a house, a small family, and a comfortable life built on stability and mutual respect. I was happy to be tied down. She apparently was not. The breakup came at a quiet dinner at our place a month ago. I had just finished talking about a potential international transfer opportunity with my engineering firm, a huge promotion that would require a move to the firm's European HQ in Zurich, Switzerland, for at least 2 years. I presented it as our opportunity, a chance to start a new adventure together. Her reaction was not excitement, but cold dread. She put her fork down, sighed dramatically, and said, "That's actually what I wanted to talk about. I don't think I can go with you, Ethan. I think I'm too young to be tied down to one person, one path, one place. I need to explore my options. I need to be free. I need to see what else is out there before I make a permanent mistake." The phrasing was a calculated, selfish blow, implying that 4 years with me was a near-miss catastrophe she barely escaped. The initial shock was seismic. My gut reaction was to panic, to beg her to reconsider, to offer to turn down the prestigious promotion, to promise her everything. I loved her, and the idea of losing her, especially to such a narcissistic justification, was excruciating. But the sheer lack of respect in the phrase, "explore my options," was a brutal slap of reality that sobered me instantly. She didn't want a break. She wanted a freedom pass and a hall pass, with me waiting faithfully on the sidelines as her safe, boring fallback option. Instead of the panic I was about to unleash, I found a cold, quiet strength I didn't know I possessed. I looked her straight in the eye, and without a trace of anger or sadness, I gave her the ultimate green light. I said, "Of course. You should absolutely explore all of your options. I hope you find exactly what you're looking for, and then, the ultimate finality, consider us broken up, effective immediately." She was stunned. Her eyes widened, clearly expecting a dramatic fight, a desperate plea for her to stay. Her whole demeanor screamed, "Wait, where is the validation? Where is the begging?" She stammered, "Wait, I didn't mean right now. I meant eventually. Can't we talk?" I stood up, collected her wine glass, and repeated my boundary in a calm, flat tone. "No. We are not talking. I am not an option to be put on a shelf while you explore others. When you tell me I am a mistake, the choice is made. Your things will be packed and stored by next week. The apartment lease is in my name, and I will be taking the job in Zurich. Goodbye, Sophie." I moved out that night, taking the dog to my sister's apartment, and initiated a total no-contact protocol. I blocked her on every platform and changed my number's voicemail to direct all communication to a lawyer I had already consulted about the financial division of assets. I was not leaving any room for misinterpretation or future hoovering attempts. I was ensuring a clean, irreversible break. The breakup was painful, of course. I lost the person I thought was my future, but the pain was quickly replaced by a furious, manic energy. I realized that my life had been on hold for 4 years, subtly tailored around her subtle demands and deep-seated insecurities. She wanted to explore her options. Fine. I was going to become the best option in the world, the one she willingly walked away from. I threw myself into the European transfer. My first step was to learn German, the primary language of Zurich. I enrolled in an intensive 8-week language course, forcing my brain to engage in something new and challenging. Every verb conjugation and every new vocabulary word felt like a victory over her toxic assessment of my worth. Simultaneously, I initiated a professional glow-up. I wasn't just taking the promotion, I was going to master it and then leverage it. I started reading every leadership book I could find. I was putting in 12-hour days not because I had to, but because my career was now mine, unconstrained by a partner who subtly discouraged my success to keep me safe and manageable. I became obsessed with personal excellence, focused on a goal entirely separate from her approval. The financial glow-up was the most significant. I sold my half of the shared furniture, paid off my car, and consolidated all my debt. The promotion to Zurich came with a 40% pay increase and significant expat benefits, including a housing allowance. My bank account, previously a source of anxiety, quickly ballooned into a symbol of my new, independent, and secure future. I started investing aggressively in the Swiss markets, planning for the early retirement I had always dreamed of. My social media became a travelogue, pictures of me solo hiking in the Swiss Alps, me giving presentations in fluent German, me looking confident and impeccably dressed in the financial heart of Europe. I was creating a new, desirable, high-value identity, and every post was a silent, unaddressed message to the universe and, eventually, to her. You chose poorly. I knew the clock was ticking on her exploration. She was out there testing the waters, only to find that the grass wasn't greener, and the options were far less stable and committed than the man she had so casually discarded. I just had to be patient, stay completely detached, and wait for the inevitable moment when she would realize her profound mistake and attempt to crawl back, only to find that I was already living a life she couldn't even afford to visit. The community immediately shut down the OP's rhetorical question, affirming he was absolutely not the a-hole, and predicted the exact path the ex-girlfriend would take. Let's look at the initial, unanimous reactions that pushed the OP toward his globe-trotting glow-up. Just a commenter 88 said, "Not the a-hole." Not even a question. Explore my options means I want to sleep with other people, but I want you to wait for me. You gave her the ultimate power move by simply agreeing and then ending the entire relationship. Never, ever be a backup plan. Take the job, go to Zurich, and live your best life. She will absolutely regret this when she realizes the options are a downgrade from a stable, committed partner. Absolutely right. Explore her options is an inherently disrespectful statement. The op's calm acceptance and immediate, total exit is the only appropriate response. He preserved his dignity and his leverage. The move to Zurich, the financial capital of Europe, is the final, perfect physical act of no contact. He is removing himself from her continent, her social sphere, and her life. This is strategic, personal warfare, and he is winning. The Traveler 29 said, "This is a gift, OP. Seriously. She removed herself from your path to greatness. That European job is your destiny." The difference between a long-distance relationship and an immediate breakup is that a breakup allows you to fully invest in yourself. You're going to come back a completely different, high-value man. She's going to regret this in about 6 months when the options run out. Not the a-hole. The move isn't just a career step, it's a personality reset. He is getting geographical distance, professional ambition, and financial freedom all at once. It's the ultimate clean break, and she handed him the keys to the kingdom. Finance Bro for Life said, "Not the a-hole. You chose your financial and professional future over a woman who viewed you as a temporary obstacle. The 40% raise and expat benefits are your real partner now. Buy a nice sporty car over there. Date a successful European woman who knows what she wants. When she comes back, she won't be talking to the same man. She will be talking to an upgrade." The idea of trading her self-centeredness for a successful, stable life in Zurich is just chef's kiss. The financial independence he gains will make him utterly immune to her future attempts at manipulation. He is operating on a completely different level now. The initial confrontation was a calm masterpiece of self-respect, and the subsequent glow-up was a clinical, months-long triumph. Now we arrive at the final, inevitable showdown. The community had been waiting patiently for the ex-girlfriend's return, and trust me, the payoff is spectacular. If you've stuck with me through this long, amazing story, you are a champion. Hit that like button and subscribe right now. This final act is pure, satisfying justice. It's been over a year and a half since the breakup. I am sitting in my brand new, completely renovated apartment overlooking Lake Zurich. I've been here for a year. I have successfully executed my international promotion, my German skills are fluent, and I have traveled to 15 different countries. I am 15 pounds lighter, I run half marathons for fun, and I am the happiest, most self-assured version of myself I have ever been. My old life is a distant memory, a painful, but necessary boot camp that prepared me for this life of independence and success. As for Sophie, my total no contact was absolute. My sister, however, remained connected to mutual friends, so small pieces of information occasionally trickled back to me, confirming the community's predictions. Her exploration was not the glorious, validating journey she had envisioned. She dated a series of emotionally unavailable people, struggled to maintain a consistent job, and slowly realized that stability and commitment were luxuries, not obstacles. Her posts on social media became increasingly desperate, filled with passive-aggressive quotes about finding yourself and vague, self-pitying status updates. The grass was definitely not greener. The inevitable hoovering attempt came just last week. I was on a conference call with my corporate HQ, finalizing the documents for my permanent transfer and promotion to Vice President of European Operations, a massive, unexpected career jump that doubled my salary and solidified my life in Switzerland. Mid-call, I saw an unknown number from the States ringing on my personal cell. I let it go to voicemail, feeling a curious mix of annoyance and cold anticipation. I knew exactly who it was. The voicemail was a painful mix of regret and calculated manipulation. Her voice was shaky, laced with false nostalgia. "Ethan, it's me, Sophie. I know it's been a long time. I was just thinking about you, about us, and the life we had. I made a huge mistake. I was young, I was scared. I know you're in Zurich, but I'm willing to come over. I'm ready to be tied down now. I miss you so much. I miss us. Please call me back. I want my life back with you." I finished the VP promotion call, signed the digital documents, and then sat down with a piece of paper. I listened to the voicemail 3 times. The first time for the full emotional impact, the second to dissect the manipulative language, and the third to craft my perfect, final, non-negotiable response. I drafted a short, professional email to her personal address. The only way I could ensure communication was one way, documented and absolutely final. The email was simple, cold, and utterly devastating. It contained no anger, no gloating, and no emotional energy. It read, "Subject, thinking of you. Sophie, thank you for reaching out. I'm glad you've realized what you want in life. Unfortunately, I am no longer available for the life you once envisioned. As you may recall, I took your advice to go ahead and explore options seriously. I am now based permanently in Zurich, Switzerland, as the Vice President of European Operations for my firm. I have built a life here that requires full commitment, and it does not include a return to the past. I sincerely wish you well in your search for stability. However, my chapter with you is closed. Please do not contact me again. All further communication will be forwarded to my personal assistant for filing. Ethan." I pressed send and deleted the voicemail. That was the last word. The emotional chapter was closed with the finality of a legal document. I didn't wait for a reply, and of course, there was no reply. The finality of the VP title and the distance of a continent were 2 walls she couldn't climb. She came back begging for the man she discarded, only to be met by a self-actualized executive who was a complete stranger. She chose her options and found that the best one had already left the building permanently. The final update caused a predictable explosion of support, with commenters cheering the OP's final, victorious, and completely detached response. Let's look at the ultimate reactions to the final confrontation. Global Citizen 45 said, "The email. The VP of European Operations signing off. That is the single most satisfying piece of self-vindication I have ever witnessed. She discarded a solid partner for a vague fantasy, and he turned the fantasy into his reality. She got the answer she deserved. Not the a-hole, 1,000 times not the a-hole. The use of his new title in the sign-off is a final, poetic execution. It proves that the tied-down man she rejected was actually a high-powered executive in waiting, and her selfishness held him back. The ultimate comeback. No contact master said, the calm, professional tone of the email is the key. No anger, no drama, just a statement of fact and an immovable boundary. He didn't gloat, he simply presented her with the facts of his new, successful life, which she is no longer qualified to join. This is a masterclass in no-contact success. The complete lack of emotional energy in the email is the most painful rejection for her. He showed her that she no longer has the power to wound him, and he's moved on to a life where her drama is irrelevant. Best Life Wins said she wanted a do-over with the upgraded model, and the OP shut her down with the strength of his entire new life. The permanent transfer and the VP promotion are a testament to his strength. She got what she asked for, freedom and the subsequent misery of realizing her mistake. You are an inspiration, OP. The fact that he completely changed his continent, career, and language is a testament to the discipline born of pain. He turned the breakup into the greatest catalyst of his life, and he is now a true global citizen. Financial Freedom 30 said, the finality of the VP title and the permanent transfer. She is not just rejected, she is irrelevant. The cost of her exploration was a lifetime of happiness, financial security, and a beautiful life abroad with a successful partner. Not the a-hole. The stakes were high, and the OP won the grand prize, an independent, fulfilling life on his own terms. His victory is complete, and the view from Lake Zurich is a perfect symbol of his triumph. Wow. The audacity of her to call him just as he was accepting his dream job in another country, it's a stunning piece of toxic comedic timing. But his polite, professional, and entirely detached refusal to engage is the ultimate power move. He didn't gloat, he simply showed her the reality of her loss. This is a profound lesson in self-worth. When someone tells you they are exploring better options than you don't stick around to prove them wrong. You exit gracefully and become the best possible version of yourself, making their exploration the most foolish mistake they ever made. The OP won on every measurable front: career, finances, lifestyle, and inner peace. He traded a self-centered relationship for a global life of independence in Zurich. That is a victory worthy of applause. Thank you all for sticking with me through this truly marathon story. If you loved the glow up, please like the video, share it, and definitely subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss the next epic tale of revenge and self-improvement. Until then, go get your own dream life.